Hi, I'm Felix and welcome to 435 News. Today our topic will be on cardiac arrest and how we can better engineer medicines for the future. But before I get into that subject, we have an interview from Riley Blackman as he talks to the Phillips family and their experience with cardiac arrest.
So, Mr. Felix, you had a cardiac arrest, correct?
That's correct.
So, what was your experience in the hospital? Did you have good nursing staff? Was it a decent price range?
Price range was pretty good, primarily because we had Medicare plus a supplement policy. So actually, the hospital stay didn't cost me a lot of money. As far as what I remember about the first part of my hospital stay, I don't remember it. I really don't remember it. My wife would.
Okay, Ms. Phillips, do you remember anything about his experience?
I do remember his experiences rather well, and to begin with, when we showed up at the hospital that night, of course he went by rescue squad, and I showed up a little later. My memory then is that he was very alert, even though he had been in cardiac arrest, and he asked me, "Why am I here? What happened to me?" And I told him then that he had a problem, that I heard him struggling, and had called 911, and we had some very professional people show up, and they were able to resuscitate him and bring him back.
Okay, so as far as medicine dosages, was there like did they overdose him on medicine? Was there too much medicine he had to take? Or was there a way they could have shrunk the amount of medicine he took?
I think that the hospital did. There's always a lot of trial and error. And he had a lot of problems. I think basically I will have to say that they did a good job. There were times that they gave him medication and then had to change it. And I know that they did treat him for pneumonia, and he had aspirated, but the medication that they treated him with caused him to get what's known as C. diff. And then they had to treat that with another antibiotic. So yes, there's always problems, I think, with medication, getting the right dosage and all of that. It's a matter of just keep it on until you get it right.
Okay, what about the amount of nursing staff? Was there enough staff to accommodate all the patients in the units?
I am not able to complain about that either. The nursing staff, yes, I think they could have had more nurses on hand, but when we called them, we got the help that Mr. Phillips or George did need. We were lucky in that respect, so that worked out well too.
Now that was Riley's interview with the Phillips. We will be having him here today to go in depth about the subject and discuss how we can better the situation. Hello Riley, thank you for being here.
No problem, thanks for having me.
So I believe in the interview there was a talk on how there was a lack of hospital staff. How was that an issue?
Well, lucky for the Felix family, they didn't have to suffer as much from the situation, but it created some stress between them and the doctors, since they didn't have the 24/7 attention that they should have gotten, since he was in such a critical condition.
So there were the doctors there to treat him, but there could have been more, giving him the needed attention due to his condition.
Yes, the service was good, but it wasn't exactly enough for a situation.
The interview had also stated the amount of medication he had consumed was overwhelming. How did this affect Mr. Phillips?
Well, the issue with Mr. Phillips taking his medication was the fact that they gave him so much that they were pretty much overdosing him, trying to keep him well. So this affected him physically, since all the medicine tries to stay situated in his body. And it can also be a financial problem because he used so much medicine that the cost can increase. And we think that the only way to improve this situation is use a method that reduces the amount of medicine a patient would need to be well. This would help people physically and financially, since they won't have to suffer the amount of chemicals going through their body, causing more problems than they expected it to, and they won't have to pay as much for the amount of medication. We can do this by simply manufacturing medication with reasonable amounts of fibers, because fiber can, it slows down digestive time, which allows the medicine to stay more to have more long-term effects in the body.
Tell us more about your situation towards consuming less medication.
Well, as we know, fiber is a very cheap substance that can cost as little as 2 cents per gram. They can be extracted from many resources such as plants, animals, all sorts of foods, making it extremely easy to find. I mean, just the value of fiber alone makes it feasible for our government to invest in due to low cost, and increasing the amount of used fibers can also increase the amount of agriculture, attaining more jobs, and helping the economy grow.
Now it seems that fiber is becoming a great resource in this topic, but is there any way that this could cause an issue towards our environment?
I hate to say it, but there is a way that this could interfere with the well-being of our environment, and that is through deforestation. Because to get more fiber, we're going to need more factories and for medication and more fields for farming. So we'll have to cut down more trees, get rid of more forests. But engineering more medicines will be affordable, effective, and cost-efficient, even through this con.
This sounds like a great solution for our times to come. Well, Riley, thanks again for coming, and have a great day.
Thank you too.
Now that concludes our topic on engineering better medicines. I'm Felix and thank you for watching 435 News. Have a good afternoon.